When I graduated from college, I moved into one of the rooms in my mom's new house, and we agreed that I would pay her a certain amount in rent each month. Yeah, I know. Just out of college and building my own life and moving back in with my mom. Yeah, this is gonna go well. As you can probably guess, with my mom now as being my landlord, our relationship got a little more complicated. There were a lot of things that we needed to figure out with respect to boundaries, but unfortunately, we didn't do a great job. In fact, when my first paycheck arrived from my first real job, my mom had already opened up my mail and then started suggesting things I should do with my money. Y'all, in that moment, I was furious on the inside. I was thinking, you disrespected my privacy. You can't tell me what to do. You're not the boss of me. I'm not proud of it, but I proceeded to give my mom an earful that I did not want her meddling around in my decisions anymore. In my culture in general, there's an expectation that younger people always need to show deference and honor to their parents, no matter what, at every age and stage of life. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but sometimes it can cause issues between kids and parents when kids are trying to make their own decisions. For me, this issue surfaced when it came to dealing with my money. There's something about money that has the potential to light up my emotions. I wanted to call my own shots. As dramatic as it sounds, to me, it felt like she was trying to treat me as if I were her servant and she was my master. And it's uncomfortable to think of any relationship between people in terms of master and servant. However, when it comes to how I personally handle my money, the relationship, whether I like it or not, is actually one of master and servant. In Matthew 6, verse 24, Jesus says, "No one can serve two masters. Either you will hate the one and love the other, or you will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. In this life, I'm going to serve something, but I can only serve one master. According to Jesus, I'll either serve God and use money to make that happen, or I'll serve money and may use God to make that happen. I can't serve both. I have to pick one master." I think Jesus understood the emotional draw of money and how important it feels to us. We have a lot of enemies trying to take us away from God. The world, the devil, our own hearts, and money sings to our hearts like nothing else. When we depend on Christ Jesus as our ultimate master, he gives us the ability to master our money so it doesn't master us. He helps us see that money can add meaning to our life, but it's not the meaning of life. In fact, with Christ Jesus as our master, we'll realize that money is not the meaning of life. It is a tool for doing something meaningful for God.